Tomorrow, Boeing CEO will testify before a Senate panel to address whistleblower allegations and quality control issues. It comes during an investigation into the use of titanium with falsified documentation in some Boeing and Airbus jets. Here with us now is Rob Mark, business jet pilot and former senior editor at Flying Magazine. Welcome back. Nice to talk to you. What's the deal with the titanium on these planes? What questions should we be asking?
I think the good news here is that the titanium issue seems to be a relatively small amount. But when titanium is purchased from a supplier, there's what we call a birth certificate. The Boeing people should be able to go back to the mine in which the titanium was dug up and refined, and how many hands it passed through, and so that's pretty traditional. But what they're saying here is that the paperwork appears to be phony. So then the question comes up: why is it phony? Why is the paperwork not matching what was going on? Is there, the titanium usually is refined in a way that it's very light, it's very strong, it's resistant to corrosion, but something got in the middle here. And the only reason that anything would get in the middle is money. So someone is trying to scam somebody, but we don't know all the details yet.
So, the theory would be trying to cut corners, save money. Is it not as simple as a paper trail and whose signature is on the documents? Is it more than that?
Well, it should be. Somebody, as I understand it, this small amount of titanium was received by Spirit, the Boeing supplier. And there should be somebody at Spirit that signed for that shipment. So then we have to go back to that person and say, okay, did you not know at that point that something was wrong? Or, let's start the investigation there.
And how does this titanium issue, the paperwork issue, impact the integrity of the plane, the safety of the plane and its manufacturing?
We are told, at least, that this titanium issue will not affect the safety of the airplane. It is used in certain kinds of parts. Again, it's a very small amount of titanium, but just like in the manufacturing of the ore, this titanium can be shown by paper. I hate to use the word paperwork around Boeing because they seem to lose it, but it should be able to be proved which parts the titanium was used in, so that they can say, gee, if this was a flap hinge, we better go back and check all the flap hinges that were manufactured during the time that this bogus titanium came to be.
It just seems, Rob, that Boeing is having a tough time getting out of this hole that they've dug themselves into. So you've got the CEO, Dave Calhoun, will testify before the Senate panel. How does this company, given all of these issues and the publicity around it, try to rebuild public confidence in their processes, in the integrity of the planes and the checks and balances within the company?
Well, Boeing was created as an engineering company, and in the last 20 years, it became a financial focused company where money was everything. And normally people would say, just get rid of the people at the top, get rid of the board, get some people in there with some engineering experience that can balance the people that want to keep an eye on the bottom line. And obviously, Calhoun's not going to be the man to do it, because he announced in March, after the January door scare with that Alaska airplane, that he's going to leave. He's decided he's had enough, just when Boeing could probably use a strong leader. But I guess the good news is that they know that it's not going to be Calhoun. They are having trouble recruiting somebody for the job, though, because people say, boy, do I want to dive into that mess.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.